Welcome to Profile, part 2 now of my interview with Jamaican-born singer-songwriter and rising dancehall reggae star, Nigy Boy. And we, in part 1, had been talking about, just experience growing up, the navigating of the world, the question of differentness and otherness, a range of different kind of things. And I want to spend a little bit of time in this part talking much more about the music. Where did the love of music come from? How was that connected to the school itself as well?
I grew up in a pretty musical family. My grandfather, he sings. His kids can sing, well, most of them. And they have, the affinity to play other instruments, the drums, so on and so forth. Some of them, they sing DJ. And, me growing up and them recognizing my talent, I used to listen to them and try to imitate their sounds, styles, their patterns, and it became a part of my craft at a very young age. And then when I boarded at the Salvation Army School for the Blind, I was invited to join the choir by Mrs. Lee, the choir director. I remember doing a lot of competitions, national competitions, with her and the extended choir, JCDC cultural competitions, the children's gospel competitions, All Together Sing. The first time I joined All Together Sing was, I think, back in 2013 with the Salvation Army School for the Blind choir. While there, I learned how to play the drums more professionally. I used to fiddle with the piano, but I never followed through with the piano lessons because I just never followed through. Bad getting beat me. When I run up and down and get trouble.
But music, this was something you enjoyed doing, did yes. Really well. I even saw on YouTube JCDC Children's Gospel Finalist 2013 singing Agnus Dei, which means Lamb of God in Latin. And all of these different kind of competitions. Was there a point at which you were like, yeah, music is a thing? Because your mother was like, you need to go to school academically. You need to...
And she will never stop saying that. So the thing is, I knew I had the talent, but it was not my primary focus, especially since mommy was saying to me, hey, your book first. So music was never a priority. It was never my primary focus. I was more focused on, striving for academic excellence. So that's where my mind was the majority of the time.
Never thought I would be as ordained to be great, but not musician specifically great.
No.
So at what point then did it sort of change? When did it change?
About 2019. So what had happened was I migrated to the US in 2016, but prior to that was when I entered my final JCDC Children's Gospel Competition. And I remember I made it to the semifinals as a soloist. But at that time, puberty had started creeping in, so I was now forced to try to adjust to a new sound. But in my mind,
the voice has changed.
Yeah, I'm still singing like I'm 10 years old. So I'm pushing past my ceiling, but not doing it in the correct way. So I'm pushing and I'm straining. And I guess the judges, they realized that. And I remember they said, you need to take a break, because if you continue, the Nigel we know today will not be the Nigel we know tomorrow. And I took the break, but I never thought the break would have been 3 years. I migrated to the US, and, I basically spent my time assimilating. I tried joining the school's chorale. I was in it for a semester, but it was a different sound that I was not used to, So I didn't pursue that. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm not doing this. let me go do piano for a year. So I did that for a year. And then I said, all right, I need something else. I need to learn something else that I think I'm going to find fun. Because I love the piano, but I'm not a professional player. I can fiddle here and there with it, you know. And then, you know, the way how the class environment was for the piano classes, I just couldn't. But so I said, you know, let me find something else to do. I picked up the saxophone, so I joined the school's band, and I started playing the saxophone. And then around that time, you know, time flew by. By 2019 now, I wasn't singing. I was playing the saxophone in the band, just floating around. And my best friend, he called me from Jamaica, WhatsApp called him. He said to me, say, yo, you still sing, my youth? Still do music? And I said to him, say, no, my youth, I put on that, you know. And he said to me, say, yo, I hear that, my youth. You're more you do for me, more you write a song. Because I used to play around with composing music and even recording. I remember I used to sit under the tree with the braille machine, and, you know, try to compose lyrics, you know. So him say, sing a song, write the song and sing it, and then send it to him and let him hear it. So I did what he asked, and he said to me, say, you need to pursue this. You can't just have the talent and let it go to waste. So that was when I started to consider things, you know. Maybe it can be that avenue for me. And then dear old COVID decided to say, let me come around and shake the world up. And it did just that. But by doing so, you know, it allowed myself, among many others, to get that gateway into the industry.
Because everybody was at home?
Yes.
I want to talk about what that meant in terms of, because I think where you're headed there is talk about social media.
Yes.
And what happened. But you have to find out by sticking around. We're taking our first break on this episode of our Profile. My guest is Jamaican-born singer, songwriter, and rising dancehall reggae star, Nigel Boy. And we're back with you after these messages.